Hi friends, welcome to a quick, raw, unedited, Pilates-based leg workout. All you need is a mat and yourself, so let's get started. I'm gonna have you start by laying down onto your back. Just find the natural curves of your spine here, just kind of relaxing there on your mat for a moment. Line your heels up with your sits bones, with your legs parallel. We're just gonna go into some pelvic curls, otherwise known as your bridging. You're just gonna start by tucking the pelvis, and you're gonna roll your hips away from the mat, peeling the spine off the mat like a sticker. You're gonna breathe in at the top, and then we're gonna exhale to roll the spine back down. So as you may have already felt, you're gonna feel your hamstrings start to fire here as you're rolling the hips up. And this is just a really great way to ease into our work because it's gonna get kind of intense. And then we're gonna roll the spine back down. Let's just do 2 more, just like that. So you're gonna roll it up again, exhale, make sure you're breathing through your movement. And then from there, you're gonna roll back down. Say hello to those hamstrings. I'm sure they are saying hi to you. Do 1 more, rolling the hips up. Breathing in at the top, and then exhale, roll your hips back down. Let's add on to this. You're gonna roll the hips up again, and you're gonna pause at that top position. So now our hamstrings are turned on, our hips are high. I'm thinking of tucking my pelvis so I'm not lifting too much with my back. I'm gonna hold right here, press down into 1 foot as you raise the opposite knee off the mat, and then tap the toe down. So I raise the knee up, and I tap it down. Exhale, lift, inhale to lower. Let's do 5 more, and lower. Last 3, and lower. So every time you lift that knee, think of pressing down a little bit deeper into that supporting foot. 1 more. You're gonna replace the foot, find your center, hold right here. Hips are high. Go right into the other side, pressing down into that opposite foot. You're gonna raise the knee up and then tap it down. So you lift it up and tap. So you're gonna feel an overabundance of work on that supporting leg, really helping you out here. Last 3. Exhale, lift for 2. Final 1. You're going to replace your foot. Find your center position here. Big breath in. And let's roll your spine down. Exhale, articulating through. You should feel those hamstrings here. From here, let's take it up a notch a little bit, or actually switch gears. You're going to take your arms open to a T position, and then you're going to take your legs up in line with your hips. You're gonna turn out your thighs and flex your feet as if you were standing on the ceiling. Now, if this is a lot of work in terms of your hamstring stretch, you can always place your hips on something, and that'll kind of alleviate the connection in the hip a little bit here in order to get your legs up. So from this position, keeping your turned out position, you're gonna breathe in as you bend your knees. You're gonna reach your knees out to the side walls. And then as you exhale, you're gonna squeeze the inner thighs and press the heels straight up to the ceiling. So you breathe in, reaching the knees out. So you're really trying to open up the hip joint. And then exhale, squeeze and press into the heels. So as I'm doing this work, I'm thinking about bringing my knees open rather than up to my shoulders. And I'm imagining that I'm just doing a deep, deep plie while I'm standing on the ceiling, yeah? And as I'm pushing my heels away, I'm imagining that I'm pulling my inner thighs through honey. Let's do 2 more. So I breathe in here, and then breathe out, pushing the heels away. Last 1, breathing in, and then exhale, like press. So those inner thighs should be burning. You're gonna hold. Point your toes, From here, working the inner thighs a little bit more, you're gonna separate the legs just as wide as your hips will allow you to. You're gonna flex your feet and then exhale to drag your heels up to that center position. So I point my toes at the top. I open my legs as wide as I can get them. Then I'm gonna flex my feet. Imagine myself turning out my legs a little bit more as I drag the heels up to the center. Let's do 6 more. So you open, you flex, exhale to pull. Last 5, you point. You open, flex, we're pulling those legs almost like you're pulling through tar. Let's do a few more, just like that. Flex and pull. Last 3, open, flex and pull. Last 2, and open, flex, exhale, pull. Last 1, and open, flex, exhale, pull. You're gonna hold right here. Point the toes. From this position, your circles, we're gonna go into a little bit of hip circling. Yours might be small or they might be big. Listen to your body. I'm gonna lower my legs down, but only as low as I can keep my back flat. And then I'm gonna separate my legs and bring them together at the top. So it's a breath in as you lower your legs in the space, and then exhale to bring the legs up. Let's just do 3 more. So we breathe in, taking the legs as low as you can without your back coming off the mat. So we're integrating a little bit of abdominal work, right? Everything stems from those core muscles, that powerhouse. Last one, breathe in, keeping those legs zipped up. Exhale to bring it around. Now we're just gonna switch the direction. You're gonna separate your legs on an inhale. Exhale to squeeze the inner thighs and bring them up to the top. You inhale around, and then exhale to bring them together and up. Last 3. So we're just doing about 5 in each direction. Bringing it up. Being very mindful that our back is imprinting onto the mat to help protect our spine. Last 1 here. Bringing it around. Bring the legs up. Hug your knees into your chest. Woo! It kind of takes you out of breath when you're doing it and queuing at the same time. So take a moment here. I want you to lay onto your left side. Extend that arm there. And then I want you to bend your bottom knee so that the shin is parallel to your mat. And then from here, I want you to flex your top foot. So your leg is nice and long. You're sending that energy out through the bottom of your heel. I want you to think of the waistband being lifted. So I'm wearing kind of a funky shirt today, but you want to think of lifting the waistband off your mat here. And from this position, I'm going to just take my knee, pull it into my bottom leg, and then kick it out on that diagonal. So I bend. I'm already feeling my rotators from that work I just did, and I'm going to press it out. So as I'm doing this, I'm getting the muscles around the outer thigh and those tiny muscles of those glutes that really lift up your bottom, yes? So you're gonna go down and then lift it up. Let's do 5 more. Exhale, lift. And 4, and lift. Last 3, stay connected in that center. Last 2, you should feel a little bit of a burn. On your last 1, you're gonna hold it there. Now carry the legs slightly behind you, and it's gonna kind of internally rotate, so pointing your knee and toe kind of towards the floor. I'm gonna have you rotate your body a little bit towards that floor, and then bend the knee behind you so that your heel goes towards your bottom. You're just gonna raise the leg up and lower it down. So you lift up and you lower. So now you're gonna feel a little bit more of that hearty, meaty part of your glute there as you lift and you lower. Let's do 5 more. Exhale for 4. I'm a terrible counter, so unless I'm counting out loud, I'll probably throw it off. I'm shooting for at least 8 in each section here. Last 2, and last 1, you're gonna hold and then lower it down. Take a second, just cross that leg over. You can pound it out if you need to. And then I'm not gonna do any fancy transitions today. We're just gonna come up, swing the legs around, and we'll do that same thing on the other side. So laying on that bottom arm, creating a 90-degree angle with that bottom leg for your support system. Let's flex that top foot. We're still connected in our waistband, and we're just gonna bend the knee, point it in, and then kick it out. It's kind of like a karate kick. So as you're doing that, you're really envisioning like This is terrible. Like the person that maybe you're not very fond of is right there and you want to kind of kick them out of the way. Like, get out of here, get away. Yeah, take 4 more. Kick it up, last 3. Exhale, kick for 2, so you're really getting that outer thigh. Last 1, you're gonna hold it there, and then we're gonna rotate the body kind of facing down towards the floor, taking the leg behind you. You're gonna bend that knee. We're gonna lift and lower. So as you're doing this, you should feel a nice little stretch in the front of your thigh there. So you lift and lower. Last 4, lifting for 3, and last 2. Final 1, you're gonna hold and relax. Good, cross it over. Just give it a little pound out. We are almost done, you guys. See, quick, maybe a little painless. You're gonna lay onto your tummy here. Forgive me if you can't hear me. I'm gonna talk so loud for you guys. So you're gonna take one hand on top of the other and then rest your forehead down onto the top of your head. Onto the top of your head, onto your hands. Then from that position, so you can hear me, I'm gonna cue from here. You are gonna squeeze your legs together and turn out. So heels together, toes apart as much as you can. That in itself is already gonna fire up your glutes, your inner thighs, your rotators. You're gonna feel everything in those hip muscles here. I want you to try to relax the upper body. Press your pubic bone into that floor as much as you can, yes? From here, you're gonna raise the legs up. We're gonna do little circles. So you're gonna separate your legs and bring them together. So you lift, you separate, bring them down and together. You lift, separate, down and together. Let's take 4 more. Separate, down and together. Last 3. I know it's a burner here, right? Last 2. So you're really gonna feel those glute muscles there. Final 1, around, down and together. We're gonna hold, separate the legs, bring them up and together and bring it down. So you separate, bring them up and together and down. Last 6, up and together and down. Last 5, up and together, down. We're almost there. 4, up and together and down. Last 3, we are just about done. And last 2, and together. Final 1 here. Up and together and relax. Take a moment. You're gonna enjoy this. Carefully push up and onto your hands and knees and rest back into a child's pose. Given that you don't have any spinal conditions, just round it out so you can release your glutes for a moment. And breathe. Very nice, you guys. I'm going to take you through a quick piriformis stretch just to get you a little release work here. Go ahead and lay onto your back. Now for some people, simply crossing your ankle over the quad and giving a little push away is enough for them. So if that's you, feel free to stay here. Otherwise, I'm going to have you bring that bottom leg up, reach through, grab under your thigh, and you can even use that elbow to kind of push the knee away, and that's going to really create a nice sensation across that piriformis, so that glute muscle there. And just breathe into it for a moment. I always say to make sure you're really breathing while you're stretching. Allow that oxygen to really circulate into the muscle that you're stretching. And then let's switch sides. So same setup here. You can just cross the ankle over. If that's enough, stay. Otherwise, join me in that full piriformis stretch. Just breathing. Oh, yeah. Good. Just hang out there for as long as you want. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Real quick, and maybe a little painful, but I'm happy that you joined me.